I'm feeling like playing some super cheesy games today. Let's give my opponent the GLHF, and I think we're gonna open up with a 15-14-14. I recently made a video about this build order. It's probably the strongest kind of all-in that you can execute right now in the current meta of StarCraft 2, just because it seems like, at least like anywhere below like the top of the line of Grandmaster, right? It seems like most of the people are not really capable of countering it very easily, or at the very least not reading that this build is coming. I'll go ahead and link that video down below in the description of the video in case you're interested, but today it's all about execution. So here we go. 15 hatchery going down already. Gonna follow this up with a gas geyser as well, and very shortly I'll be getting myself a spawning pool too, after getting a single drone there as well, after, you know, of course, that extractor freed up some additional supply. Now, it's very, very good in the sense that most people just don't really see it coming. I mean, I've been doing this a lot on the ladder. Of course, there are, you know, even cheesier all-ins than this one right here, because of course you can still go for like the 13 gas geyser into the 12 spawning pool, which gives you a super early zergling speed. But this one still gives you a hatchery on the low ground, and usually your opponents will not end up scouting that it is indeed a little bit faster than your quote-unquote like regular, you know, hatchery on the low ground is. So spawning pool is down. Getting myself that overlord. Already have got a bunch of larvae available, but right now I'm just gonna sit back and wait. We're just gonna wait for a couple of seconds, wait for the spawning pool to finish up, wait for me to get 100 gas, and wait for me to be able to start building up that queen as well as the sets of zerglings. So right at 92, I'm gonna start pulling the drones out. There we go. Only going up to 100 because I'm only looking to get zergling speed. Putting all of my eggs in one basket in the sense that I really don't want to, you know, I really don't want to be caught off guard, I guess, and I really don't want to take any unnecessary risks. So getting additional gas here wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. I've been trying out some varieties, actually, where I do get the baning nest follow-up as well, but if you leave the drones in gas and you get a baning nest, you're not going to be capable of spending the first batch of larvae that this queen will shortly pop off, you know, right away. So it gets a little bit messy. Kind of do need to get all of the mineral income that we can find right now. So I'm rallying the different hatcheries to the back of the bases. This way my opponent should not be capable of scouting this very easily. I'm going to inject with the queen and then send it towards the low ground to potentially snipe my opponent's first overlord, just to make sure that he cannot, you know, just get all of the information that he may be looking for. Running with my first 4 links though across the map, stopping that overlord from moving. And we're basically gonna wait until my zergling speed finishes up. So notice here, my opponent already's got a bunch of zerglings here, but that's all fine and dandy. I got my own overlord coming in, so I'm gonna go ahead and create some more zerglings. I'm just producing more and more of them. And right now, he should have absolutely no idea what is going on. Microing back the weakened zergling, don't really want to take any risks. My first set of zerglings are just popping off as well, or my first set of larvae, rather. I'm gonna set the rally point across the map, and I'm gonna try and run my zerglings past the first overlord. I'm not entirely sure where he put his second one, but he should not be capable of seeing these links from moving out right now. Okay, he's got a bunch of zerglings himself as well. I'm creating another overlord here. And we're just rallying. We're just rallying everything across the map, trying to be as aggressive as I can. If his zerglings are out here, he's not morphing any banes either. Sending a couple of links towards the main. Trying to get us around there on that queen as well. Just trying to be a nuisance here. His baning nest is still underway, and you can see the sheer amount of stuff that we got at this point in the game is absolutely gonna be able to overpower him. Leaving a couple of zerglings down in the natural as well to nibble away at that hatchery. Baning nest will finish up shortly here, but I think with the, you know, amount of zerglings that we currently send across, we're just gonna be capable of cleaning this one up with relative ease. And in just about 4 minutes, my opponent indeed will be forced out of the game. You know what? I just mentioned that we could also go ahead and go for a 13-12. So I think that is exactly what I'm gonna do in this next Zerg vs Zerg here on Blood Boil LE. So I'm getting myself that 13 extractor, and I'm gonna follow this up with a 12 spawning pool as well. Now, I am not nearly as experienced with this build as with the other ones. I don't really like the 13-12 personally all that much, but there is no denying that it's one of the most powerful builds to go for. Just because if your opponent is opening up with a hatchery first, which happens in many of the instances, you can just simply straight up win the game. Now, it's another one of those builds that is in professional StarCraft 2. Maybe not one of the most popular ones, but it's certainly very powerful because it still happens, you know, I would say in maybe 1 out of 5 games or so of professional high-level StarCraft 2. So we're going for that super early gas geyser into the super early spawning pool, joining up to 14, and next up I'm gonna get myself an overlord. So we should be getting a pretty powerful early game here. I'll follow it up with a baning nest this time around as well, so we're going all out. This is as aggressive as you can be when it comes to playing Zerg. Gonna put my rally point across the map as well with that hatchery, just because I don't want to waste any time here. And we'll just simply save up for a little while. So we should have 3 larvae available here. Gonna set up a bunch of Zerglings right from the get-go. Come on. There we go. Getting those running across the map ASAP. And very shortly, I'm gonna pull one of the drones out of the gas geyser. And I'll create a baneling nest with the next one that I've got available. So 2 drones in the gas geyser, and now we're just simply gonna rally Zerglings across. After a little while, I should be capable of affording myself a queen as well. What you may notice here, already at the 1.5 minute mark, I'm sending units across, and it's certainly gonna do a little bit of damage. Ideally, we wait for our Zergling speed and baneling nest to finish up before we truly engage. So if I can bypass his overlord here, that would be very helpful. I don't know if I actually already ran by him, but I saw one of his overlords right across the map. That does indicate that he, you know, is gonna have a reasonably standard timed second one out, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm bypassing that one just to try and, you know, make sure that I'm not taking any unnecessary damage. There is indeed a hatchery on the low ground here, so that's good for me. Still rallying more and more across. Gonna go for the overlord here next. There we go. And we'll do a bit of an extractor trick to get that next queen out. Okay, he's gonna pull the drones here, which is fine for me. Banelings are just about to finish up. Can't forget about those. And we're basically just using these primarily for zoning. I'm not even wanting to explode him, though. I'm not even trying to explode him. I'm trying to save these Zerglings. Or I'm trying to save the Baneling right now for the zoning instead. And my opponent was forced to split. And after just a couple of minutes, we indeed obtained the victory once more. Well, apparently for some reason I'm getting 3 Zerg vs Zergs in a row. I'm pretty sure I'm actually up against the same opponent from the last game. So I think for this last match for today, it's time for us to cheese once more. And see if we can obtain a 3rd victory by cheesing each and every one of these matches. So far so good though, so far it's looking strong. Alright, so I think for this one, so I've done the 15-14-14, I've done the 13-12. I think for this one we'll go for the +1 attack on the Zerglings instead. Now it's not necessarily super cheesy, it is gonna allow us to open up with a hatch gas pool. Pretty standard in that regard, but it's still gonna follow up with a very, very powerful timing. In particular, if my opponent is opening up like he did previously, where he went for a hatch gas pool himself as well. The basic idea being is that we get +1 attack on our Zerglings, and we're gonna be capable of dealing a lot of damage, whether or not my opponent is opening up roaches, or whether or not he's opening up Zerglings and banelings. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. Now, normally, the real strength of this build is that you can snipe the 3rd base of your opponent, and considering the 3rd base is this in-base expansion, right? I'm not entirely sure how effective it's gonna be, but regardless, should be a lot of fun. Should be able to figure this out as well. Now, by the way, let me know down below what you think of the cheesy Sunday strategies. I generally speaking don't upload that many cheesy games just because they usually only take a couple of minutes. But if I can include a couple of matches in one single video, I mean, I'm most definitely not opposed to trying this one out. So let me know down below the like button in the comment section of the video if you would like to see this more, because I most definitely do not mind playing cheesy, at the very least every now and then. Once again, do see my opponent's, or I don't really see all too much from my opponent just yet. We do have to keep an eye out right now on my opponent's overlords, if I can find one. Of course, he knows that he's up against the same opponent as well, right? So that does mean that... there is a chance he's actually cheesing me back, and I think that that would be more than deserved at this point. You know, you take some, you lose some, you win some. But, yeah, no, actually, this is his 2nd overlord, so he's gonna once again go for the hatch gas pool, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Got my queens coming in. Got 2 sets of Zerglings. We'll use one for scouting, the other one for defense. And we'll go ahead and get more drones here. I shortly want to get an overlord or a baneling nest as well. I'm going to build that at the natural so I can get my queen some additional service area. Let's see if he switched up his build. Looks like he did. Looks like he did at least change it up a little bit. But judging that by the timing on these Zerglings, I think we're actually still in the clear here. So at 30 gas, I'm going to follow this up with an additional... I actually do want to engage him. I want to try and slow him down here. Gotta try and snipe these Zerglings. I don't want him to see my my baneling, or my what is it called? My Evo chamber. So here we go. I'm just distracting him, just trying to be a pain. I think he's adjusted his build slightly to go for the in-base expansion instead first, after getting cheesed in the previous one. Yep, there we go. I think I've denied him just fine. Gonna be capable of going for that Zergling speed, or for the +1 attack rather. I've got a whole lot of links out already. I do want to actually get a couple more drones here. Playing a little too aggressive for my liking, to be completely honest with you. But shortly I'm going to get myself the third base up, and we'll move across the map when link speed finishes up here as well. So if he plans on getting a third base, he's got to get it very soon. The thing is, of course, that if he's going to hold on to the top of that ramp, there's really not a whole lot I can change about that, right? And I'm not going to, like, force my units up there if he's trying to block it. Okay, I'm getting a couple more Zerglings, or a couple more drones here. You need about 6 drones or so in the natural to make exclusively Zerglings off of 2 bases. Or 3 bases, rather. So full base saturation and then an additional bunch of drones in the low ground. No third base though from him, which is a big... Ooh, that was a close one. I did split up a couple of Zerglings there in advance. He's already at a lair. Oh, what kind of cheekiness do you have in store for us here, sir? I'm trying to scout around. He's got a lot of drones. I don't think I'm going to be capable of breaking him. Nice bit of play there by him, though. This is a tricky decision. Do I really want to bust him? I can try. I can try and bust him. I mean, I'm still going to be capable of getting a lot of Banelings. Banelings do, of course, benefit as well from the +1 attack upgrade, making them a little bit stronger, although I don't really know the math when it comes to Banelings versus Queens. Considering the amount of drones that he's got, though, he's going to have very, very little. He seemed to have very little there in general, so... Gotta be careful, though, because he's going to be fully aware of the shenanigans, but we have committed now to being as cheesy as we possibly can be. My opponent, of course, does not know about my +1 attack. But he does know about the units here. Alright, time to go. +1 attack is done. Oh, did I just barely not kill him? Okay, we got a micro. I'm sending more and more units across. There's already a spire on the way, really? Oh no, that's a spine crawler. Oh, there is a spire done though. I don't think this one is gonna work out as well as we wanted it to. I'm rallying a lot of units across, trying to do as much damage as I can. But of course, once the spire units come out, things are gonna be rather tricky. Ooh, got a huge detonation there. But that nice little wall off at the top of the ramp definitely did its work. Now, +1 attack Zerglings can still overrun the opponent. If we're in a good spot, we can potentially still get this one. There are Mutalisk out right now, though, and +1 attack is actually not that bad at this point. We just gotta make sure that we dodge these Banelings to the best of our abilities. I'm rallying as many units as I can. He's only capable of creating a handful of Mutas now. Just because the amount of gas that he spent on getting all of those Banes out. Still microing, still trying to get whatever I can. Rallying as much as possible. I'm cleaning up a lot of units here, though. I think I may be able to break him here. I'm not sold on it yet. I'm not sold on the idea just yet. Okay, we got a lot of units out. He's morphing in more Banes. This is a very, very close one. Gonna pull the drones out of the gas geyser. I do still have 3 bases, of course. I'm gonna start adding on a couple of queens here and there, because I think that very shortly we're gonna have to hold back. Gonna try and target fire down as many of these drones as I can. Yeah, we're gonna drone up. We're gonna drone up. We're gonna drone up. Cheeky one, cheeky one. Okay, getting some spores here. Trying to connect my bases with creep. That was solid defense by him, though. He was not falling for that shenanigans a second time. Although, I feel like if I once again would have gone for the 13-12, he would have been in a lot of trouble. Now, he doesn't have Zergling speed, so he's gonna have a very hard time to really, you know, do anything here. Okay, what could be a cheesy follow-up here as well? I think I know. I think I know. I think we can go for maybe a Spire follow-up. Or we can go for example, a Nidus Worm. I'm gonna go ahead and get +1 missile here as well. That should help out greatly against all of the Muta play. I'm gonna get additional queens here. And we'll drone up. We'll drone up. It's time for us to get some more workers. Once again, trying to connect the bases. Trying to push some creep forward here as well. I'll get some safety Banes here just in case. Getting some additional gas now too. The thing is, we are economically behind, right? Which is a little scary. But he doesn't have that many mutas, to be honest.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
I think my 4 queens are going to be more than enough. Okay.
A creep tumor is under attack. We
Alright, going for the Nidus. Also going for an Overseer right now to try and get some more vision in. He cannot find out about this building though. If he does, I think that is all she wrote.
A creep tumor is under attack.
Okay, gotta try and dodge here with this Overseer. If I can get a Nidus up in his main, right? And I can transfuse the queens. I think I should be capable of keeping my units alive for a very long amount of time. I planned on getting Ravagers as well, but I'm a little late on that Roach Warren. We'll still be able to get there though. Okay, adding on more Zerglings now as well.
Mutation complete.
Okay, that was good. Come on, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Gotta be careful that I don't accidentally hotkey him with the rest of my units. I do need transfuses though. As many as I can get. These queens are gonna have enough. You guys get in there. Okay, Roach Warren is done. Getting those right now as well. Okay, okay, here we go, here we go. This is risky though. If he sees it, we're kind of in trouble. I don't think he's got any idea of this just yet. Okay. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. He doesn't know. He has no idea. He has no idea. Do I have enough though? That's kind of the question here. He does have lurkers. Oh! I'm doing a lot of damage here. But I think that there may not be enough just yet to try and close this one out. No. We got a good economy though. We got a good economy. He's got a lot better tech than me though. His tech is far superior to me. He's got, you know, a lot of high tier units and I really don't. Now, to be fair, Ravagers are really good at sniping lurkers, but this is getting really awfully close. Once again, we got really close to breaking him there, but I think he's still got that superior economy, right? And that's kind of what's making this so terrifying. I've got a decent amount of workers, but nothing too impressive. Alright, we'll go ahead and get another Overseer. I'll go ahead and get Nematized Carapace as well, so we're going to be capable of microing a little bit more efficiently. But that defense right there by him was looking really good. I didn't actually realize that the Muta stayed alive. He may have made some new ones. Getting more queens. I don't need that thing anymore. I'm trying to get him to get greedy. Alright, it's okay. Sometimes if you Nidus your own buildings... my opponent is not too happy about this one, is he? Alright. Only one thing to do. We need to try and still win this. I actually almost exclusively play macro. This is one of the few days that I'm cheesing. Little does my opponent know that my account is called Winky Face. Alright. Make another round of workers. I would actually consider my macro play probably my strong suit. Feels bad. Okay, we'll save up here for a bunch of Hydras. Got a single one coming in. He's gonna save the day. Okay, probably not actually. My opponent has not heard of the concept of cheesy Saturdays, or cheesy Sundays rather. He had no idea. It's okay, I forgive him. Okay, I'm gonna knock down my own rocks. I'm a little worried though, because he still is stacking up, right? He could be up to Ultras for all I know at this point. And there's no way for me to stop that. So I think what my next move here is to build up one big army, go for one big push, and cross our fingers, hope that it works out. We've already put all of our eggs in one basket earlier. I mean, he's got the Baiting Nest. Congratulations, sir. You fought long and hard for that one. I'll go ahead and grab myself the gold, which is another comeback mechanic here, right? But I think that most of this will come down to me trying to micro better than him, making the best of the units that I've got. Reinforcing with Hydras as well as Roaches. I don't think he's gonna add on any additional mutas right now, seeing the amount of Hydras that I've got. So I think that reinforcing with Roaches is gonna be a superior choice. Of course, with this amount of gas as well, it's gonna be much more beneficial. Oh, nice push there actually by him. I'm gonna move across though. Okay. He does have a gold. I'm doing a lot of damage here, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. He's got the gold already up and running. Getting more value. Now, I don't have any detection here anymore, which is what makes this tricky. Ooh, did he just bane me? He did. Nice job by him, actually. That was really well done. Okay, gold base is done. He's so proud of himself. I love it. Oh, it's so funny. It's the nature of Zerg vs Zerg, sir. Nice job, dude.
We require more minerals. Mineral field depleted.
And I think that is all she wrote, because I'm gonna be forced to GG out of this match. Either way, I hope you enjoyed watching this series. Ultralisks are out, so that does mean we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. I'm gonna give him the GG well played, but other than that, I want to thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next one.